So on today's video, I was going to carve a long nose wood spirit in this. This would be the nose, and I was just going to carve a little owl or something to put on the nose. And I was going to carve another one down here. But my plans have changed. It's such a beautiful day. I'm going to carve another owl. I know those owl legs are not proper. They should be more on the outside of the owl. Like more this way. And thanks for all the kind comments about the eyes. I was going to carve them out and just use the Mappa cutter to carve in eyes, but I think I'm going to leave these in from you guys' comments. And talking to Larry Dibbs, he said leave them. Looks like a wise old owl. So what I'm going to do today is, it's such a beautiful day. How can I not be outside in this sun? It's October 15th. How can I not be outside in this sun and not carve another owl? I'm not going to film too much, but I'm going to film, well, not too much. I want to carve these owls because next spring, if I want to make them into a bench, I can make them into a bench. So anyways, I'm going to carve here's the head, boom, and then the body down here. All right. Just on a little break here. Should be carving Christmas trees, but I'm carving owls. Okay, break time's over. So I got it I got it blocked out. Now here, I don't know how you're gonna see in the sun, but I made it more rounder, the chest. So as I was taught by Ryan Cook, always get your shape the way you want it before you start carving in like the feathers or the details. So I can see here there's kind of like a square edge. So I'm going to get my Stihl 170 with a steel carving bar on there. That's quarter pitch 50 gauge. And I'm going to go around and smooth off all my square edges like this. This is a square edge. Clean up all this stuff. This was just a reference line for my cutting. I got a tail cut in there. Not the best tail I've ever done. The tail should kind of be like kind of like this, the whole length of the body. But anyways, it's a carving fusion fluffer owl, so whatever. Now your wing, where do you want to put your wing? Actually, let me get this all the square edges besides here and here, let me get them all rounded up to the way I want it before I can start doing what would we call this, semi detail. I gotta say things while I remember, so I haven't done the squaring off yet, rounding off yet, but see, you see this big crack here? It's a big crack that goes all the way down here. So I'm gonna tuck these wings underneath, so use that crack, carve that crack out, right? So this wing overlaps this wing. It's a good way to hide cracks. Same with down here, carve a little texture in that friggin' beaver tail. I sure like having breaks today. Anyways, I gotta kind of round it out. Now, I just cut some talons in here. Like I said, this one's not, I don't know if you guys can see, friggin' sunshine. Now, if you look at those talons, it's way thicker there than it is there. The body. So I didn't bother squaring it up or anything and like penning it on. I was just cutting and I just did that. So, but it doesn't matter anyways, because not too many people's going to be looking at the back side of the carving. They're going to be looking at it this way. And if I really want to, I could always trim this down, trim that thinner so the sides are equal. You know, you just gotta, I think the more that you're aware of that kind of stuff, the better it's going to be for you. Now, these wings, where do you want to put these wings? Now, if you put your wings too low, you're going to have a huge head. But if you have a huge head, then you can give it more of those like what's great horned owl ear things. But so center line here, that will be our beak. Now where do we want to put our wings? Let's go right about here. They have a little bend in them right there if you want to put that bend in. And then another thing too, let me give you the wider view here. I know it's not the best filming in the sunshine, it's hard to do. But so if you normally your wing would be back here and the chest would be out, but for carving, see I'm hiding that crack? See that crack? For carving, it's easier to put it more over the chest because it's less carving. So then the wing will go like this. And you can see how nice and round the wing will be too. Now this is going to be a big head. So there's the possibilities are endless. I could do a lot more of those fluffer things. Now, so I go like this. So I know that top of that wing is where the neck is, right? Let's mark it around here. You know, like I said, not too many people are going to be looking at the back of the carving. So what I'm going to do is block those wings out. Just, you don't have to cut too deep, but the more deeper that you cut in there and take this wood away around the wing, the more rounder you can make it. Now, our center line here, and everything's just my opinion. So you got your wind things here. You don't have to give it the wind things. You can make it just a barn owl. You know, so you got your eye here, then your eye here, but this is kind of about, for me, just having fun. I'm not going to cut these in yet. We still got to cut here. And we got to cut that off too. It's a good way to get your beak to stick farthest off the face. Beak's going to be down here, so that's what we're going to cut this whole piece off. I guess you guys didn't need to see that. Anyways, see how sloped back his head is? I can even slope it back more. Now, what's your next step? Do you want to do the wing patterns? Do you want to do the see that bump that their wings sometimes have, I guess? I don't know. Whatever. Now, there's this crack here. You got to be careful. You don't want this beak. When you're using your chainsaw, you got to be careful around that beak. You don't want to, oops, and I did it. Give it a little bit of undercut under here. So, then you can go more inside too. You can do whatever you want to do. It's your piece. Come off from that. Pretend it's tucked under the wing. Then come out here. Your wing pattern. Let's see. Do whatever you want to do. Keep having fun. I'm going to carve these fluffer things in now. Oops. Undercut. Got to cut that out. I'm going to just get this cut in here. Looks like a round fluffer owl for sure. So let me get a pen. You can see there, I cut the body in deeper, so you can see the talons are equal on both same sides. This owl's chest is not so flat, it's more rounded. Now, one thing, I did a boo-boo. When I did this, I don't know if you guys remember, but I just said, oh, bad cut. I did a bad cut right here. When I did this cut, I went straight down. I should have, next time I'm going to cut it like on an angle, not straight down, because, no, look at this. Here, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's just got a huge dent in there. From this side, this side's nice and fluffy. This side's just got a big dent in there, so I think the only way I can correct that is by trying to get rid of it, alleviate it, and do another fluff line inside these eyes. Because then I can cut all this back, then I can scoop this in. Just showing you guys my trials and errors. See that big dent in there? Whew. It's hard to see in the sun. Now this is starting to stick off a little bit. I like this stuff to be closer to the head, not so high out. So that's another thing I've learned. So, anyways. So today it's like actually me trying to take my time, but I'm not really. But another thing I've learned too is when you're curving these, when you're scooping these eyes out, like you use a chainsaw and scoop these out in deeper, when you scoop these in deeper, well, it makes this a lot higher too. There, and I don't like it sticking off that high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it lower again, recut in. I'm going to recut in everything and take this down some more. I don't like it so high off. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Now if I look straight at it, I can see this head is a little bit high compared to the side face. Let's see. If you didn't hear me, it seems like the head's a little bit high. I could carve it deeper inside there. Give those wings a little bit more pop, but yeah, I'm gonna take it down a little bit. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Yep. There's Tim out there in the tractor doing the Tim thing. He doesn't like to be on YouTube. Anyways, that's what I'm talking about. Not too much depth in between there. Damn shadow. I'm gonna pull up my die grinder now. And well, I'm gonna scoop in these eyes a little bit, clean up all these fluffer cuts, and then I'm gonna take it inside too. I don't know if I want to try carving real owl eyes or not. Maybe I should do one of these little carvings with my chainsaw tomorrow. I carved this to put on the top of a walking stick. Some kind of like native spiritual dude thing, whatever. Now, yeah, I'm on another break. I'm sitting here going, oh, that's a carving fusion. I will tell if I've ever seen one. But I'm sitting here trying to get the vision how to do the eyes. Kind of, do I want to do it like, let's see here. Like that. Then curve it deep in there so it's round inside there. Oh boy. I don't know. Because then I go back and look at these eyes. Oh boy. Oh boy. I end up in wanting to start to carve this too. Or I could play it safe and use this Mappa cutter eyeball carving bit. It's 1/4 inch for your die grinders, or I did put some lines there to see if I want to carve the eyes like the other one, or just do the circles. I don't freaking know. I think I'm gonna try it this way, but then again, I don't know. For fuck's sakes! The fuck is oh fuck! For fuck's sakes! The fuck is carve deeper for the win! Carve deeper for the win. Well, that was a scary one. That was a scary one. Yup. Sure scary, alright. Fucking scary. Hello? Okay, so I need to get this on that, but first of all I need to get all my fucking tools off that so I can get this on that. $60 grit, or maybe even 40, or I think it's 36 grit. I gotta go to Walmart. I got no propane here, so I gotta go get the little green propane balls at Walmart to burn this. Opening the gate to go to Walmart. Looking at this piece, look how stupid that tail looks. Could I carve a bigger tail in there? It'd look a lot better. But do I got... This is a fat friggin' owl! Where do I got the room? Do I got the depth there to do it? I think I do. Oh, I gotta go to Walmart and think if it's worth it or not. So, I haven't even gone to Walmart yet. Here's the thing. If you see something on your carving that's bugging you, and you think you can carve deeper and carve it in, well, fucking carve it in, pardon my language. It's still funny as hell. This is a fat owl, because I'm trying to make them bigger, right? Anyways, not so funny looking anymore. Well, a little bit still, but it's a lot better. A lot better. Hello? Okay, I gotta go to Walmart now. Still looks like a beaver's tail. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm gonna call it a day. I'll get my propane from Walmart, and I'll burn all this tomorrow morning and clean it up, and then I can carve this too. So that's gonna be it for today, but I'll finish this video off tomorrow. So it's now the next morning, another beautiful day. Let's get this silly little hooter burnt and sanded, and so I can move on to the next one. Propane. Now I usually burn my pieces too much, but that's okay. So I got it burnt pretty good. Now, one thing I tried to burn this a little bit less in my last owl. I just burnt underneath the low points, like right here, then here. I just hit this quickly, just get rid of the fuzzies. Same with the tail. And burn under, let's see if we can get some better lighting here. Burn underneath each fluffy thing. And then sand it. So like burn in the wing here, burn deep inside here. Now, what I'm going to use to sand it, I got to show you guys, because some people, sorry for the regular subscribers, this is a Mampa tool. I don't know what it's called. It's just a sander. It fits on your drill. Yeah, it's a Mampa tool, something flap sander. Now it's these things, these sanders like this. This is what fits inside here. These little things. They wear out pretty quick, and they're pretty cheap, but not that cheap. But then you gotta buy the hair things that go behind them too. It's really simple to swap them out. You just got a washer there, then a big O-ring, that black O-ring. Pull that off, and they just slide out, and you slide the new ones in. So this is what I'm gonna sand it with. I'll try and find a link and leave this below in the comments or the description or something. Mampa tools. They're Korean. Alright, so that's going to be it for this one. I don't even think I'm going to paint those eyes or anything. Just leave them the way they are. Or paint that beak. Just leave it all natural. Oh, I could have sanded in here more. It's alright. So I'm super happy about making that tail bigger. Still not, it's not right, but it's right enough for me. Just like you guys with your carvings, when you think it's right enough for you, just we'll call it good enough. Look at this big old crack that's coming right down here. That's all right. Gives it character. At least the crack's not right down the center of the beak. I'll get this wheeled into the shop and show you there. Maybe some better lighting. Okay, I got it wheeled in the shop, so there's a couple different style owls. Same kind of style, just basically different eyes. Do you guys like the natural wood or the carved bark looking in there? I still got to sign this one. Anyways, hope everybody's doing good. Now I got a couple owl friends to talk to while I'm here. And now I can start carving this big nose. 1 wood spirit, 2 wood spirits. Maybe an owl up there. Who knows? Love to read your guys' comments. Do you like, so this one would be A and this one would be B. The first one would be A, the second one would be B. Which one do you like better? A or B?